do a quick comparison between the jazz bass Fender made in Japan Hybrid 60s and the Squier Vintage Vibe 60s jazz bass. So starting off with the headstocks, you can see that the actual pegs, the winding pegs on the Japanese one have a more modern style, whereas the Squier has the more vintage with the rounded top. The wood on this one is a maple, but it is vintage aged look, so it's got the slightly darker tone. Whereas this is also maple, but it doesn't have the vintage tone. It's just... Now, one thing that is particularly different about them is that the Squier has a glossy neck, so it's a little bit more sticky, whereas the Made in Japan has a satin neck, which is a lot smoother and slides a lot easier. So taking a look at the bodies here, you can see that there's a lot more orange in the finish of the Squier, and the finish doesn't go quite as far up the horn as on the Japanese one. So with the tortoiseshell, I'm not sure which one is more traditional, but I actually kind of prefer the colors of the Squier over the Japanese, but I can tell that the Japanese one is a nicer tortoiseshell. It's hard to see, but if you look close, you can see the lines of the sandwich of the actual tortoiseshell. And this one also has cutouts or drill holes for the thumb grip and also for the pickup cover if you did want to put that on. So on the Squier, it is still a sandwich, but somehow the pattern on this one looks more like it's printed on. Whereas on the Japanese instrument, although it kind of looks printed, it also kind of looks like it is not. Now also on the Japanese one, you get the American made in the USA pickups, and you have this silver or gold grounding wire, and on the modern ones like this one, the grounding wire is actually under the wood. The other thing is here you get the vintage style bridge with the ridges here, and on the Japanese one you have the more modern style bridge and it's a little thicker. So that's pretty much it for the differences. Oh, you also get rosewood here, whereas this one is Indian laurel. So let's see how they sound.